The human experience is one where we have limited vision. None of us see everything. We can have 20/20, but not see why we're having struggles in a relationship. We can have the best pair of spectacles and miss the full picture, right? The full picture of the path ahead, or what God's call is on our life, or why we have to go through the dumb chapter before the breakthrough chapter. We miss the full picture. We only see in partial pictures when we look at other people, and we don't understand why they are, who they are, and where they are because of why they are. And we can also love God with our whole heart and actually have a distorted view of who God is and who others are and who we are. I'll be honest. I spent the better half of last year unable to see someone with eyes like Jesus. All I could see was disappointment and failure and mistakes. And maybe you can relate. Maybe your eyes have grown so accustomed to looking for the negative in that person that they're trained to only see negative, and you can no longer see the positive. I once sat next to a woman who couldn't see forgiving her dad because of all the pain. It took up her entire view. And maybe you get her because you've been really, really hurt. And so when you even try to picture what forgiveness could look like, all you see is this terrible pain they caused, and it's your entire line of sight. My son talked to a guy recently who couldn't see faith because his vision was blocked by this long list of doubts. And I don't know, maybe you came in here tonight and you have a long list of doubts. You don't know how you feel about this Jesus thing and church and these crazy Christians, and slowly your faith is being deconstructed to the point where God has just been completely pushed out of the picture and of your life. I know a lot of people who feel this way. You're not alone. People who can't see the good in Jesus because all they see are the dumb things some of the people surrounding him do. And maybe that's you. Maybe you can't see God because all you see are God's people, and it seems like God's people are arguing and fighting and divisive and full of hate, and they marvel when they see Jesus Christ in a piece of toast. And that's just weird. I know a man that was blinded by the way he took advantage of people. Everyone around him could see his blindness, but he couldn't. And maybe you know people like that. You know them. Everyone sees their blind spots, but why don't they see them? I once stood awkwardly over a hole in the ground at my grandfather's funeral. There was no reverend or pastor or plan, and there was no sight beyond the grave. And isn't it hard to have sight for what we cannot see? Isn't it hard to believe that there could be life after death? A second chance at forever? That there's maybe a place where there's no more tears and no more cancer and never having to say goodbye again? Yes, that's absolutely so hard to believe. So I'm going to invite you to do an exercise with me. It's not going to be creepy. It's not going to be weird. I'm not going to make you eat toast. I'm not going to pinch you. I'm not going to take videos of you for TikTok. But I am going to ask you to put the eye mask on that you got when you walked in here. To take away everything you're used to seeing. All the visuals, all the distractions, all the ways you normally take in the world. We are a people who can't always see. We see in snippets. We have a room with a partial view. We operate with a skewed perspective. That's why you can get 20 compliments and one critique, and all you do is obsess about the one critique. We have temporal limits. Think about it. We cannot see past this present moment. We rely on memory and prediction to guess what might happen tomorrow, but we can't actually see tomorrow. Humans can't see infrared, ultraviolet, microwaves, or x-rays. Even bees, snakes, and birds perceive wavelengths we can't. We can't see things that are too small, like atoms or viruses, and we can't see things that are too large or far away, like galaxies. We can't see through solid objects, around corners, or across great distances without technology. If we could, imagine how many grocery aisles we'd skip to avoid running into our ex-boyfriends. So many. We have blind spots, literal ones in our retinas, and metaphorical ones like our stubbornness that get in the way of our relationships, and everyone sees it but us. We can't fully see our own motives or how others perceive us. We assume our motives are 100, but are they? We assume people think we're boring, but do they? Our perception of ourselves and others is often distorted by ego, bias, emotion, wounds, culture, and misinformation. So I want to just take a moment to reflect on where we might be blind in our own lives. And I'm going to walk you through a set of questions, a little sight reflection, if you will. And you can quietly consider your answers. Do you want a fresh perspective on something that's been bothering you? Has your attitude towards someone or something gotten skewed? Do you need clarity on something but instead feel like you're wandering in the fog? Have you lost sight of your own beauty because you keep comparing what God created in you to what you see in others? Is it difficult to see peace when all you feel is anger? Is there a blind spot that you're avoiding even though multiple people keep pointing it out? Do you wish you could see beyond your worry? Have you been looking at screens more than looking for God? Do you lose sight of your worth the moment someone speaks poorly of you? Are you avoiding the truth in a relationship because you just don't want it to be true? Have some unhealthy habits, choices, or justifications clouded your view? Is it hard to see Jesus because you keep fixing your eyes on the broken people following him? I could ask you 1,000 more questions, but my guess is that taking away your sight was eye-opening because the more we realize how little we see,